complete, and we are already looking forward to match week 12 in the Premier League. Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Fan Zone with myself, Jonathan Joseph, and Leroy Rossignol. So Anfield, Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Leroy, is this where the title is going to be won or lost?
No, JJ. No, it's not. But what a game to look for. It's going to be popcorn time. Two sides, you just never know when they're beaten. Great drama over the weekend. There's going to be great drama this weekend coming as well. We are so looking forward to it. OK, the phone lines are open now. Liverpool and Manchester City fans, give us a call. The number +44 203 314 6161. International call charges apply, of course. Alternatively, all the other ways to get in touch are on the screen. You can send in your videos like Zach, who's a Liverpool fan from Zambia.
Hi guys, it's Zach from Botswana. I just want to say, after watching LFC play this weekend, I think we finally found the winning mentality that club has instilled in the boys. And this year I can definitely say without any doubt, this is our season. You'll never walk alone.
Tell you what, Zach, you're never going to walk alone if you've got a beautiful car like that. I don't know what car it was, Leroy, but it looked like an absolute winner. The mindset of Liverpool this year over last year, Leroy, what might be different? What is different?
Well, they're winners. You know, they've won the Champions League. And it's not luck. It's not a fluke that they keep getting late goals. It's because they're an extremely talented and determined group of players. And I say group of players, there are outstanding players within that group, like Sadio Mane. But you don't do it without the likes of Robertson coming up with the goal that he's come up. You don't do it without the likes of Lovren coming in and doing really well when Matip is injured, and we're all expecting Joe Gomez to be playing. It's a team effort. It's a squad effort. And they are an extremely focused squad with loads of talent. They're showing it at the moment.
I'm going to ask Job in Durban, South Africa. We can talk about rugby in a moment, Job, but first it's the perfect sphere that we're going to discuss. If Liverpool are going to win the league this season, what is the reason? Has there been a change in their mindset?
I think that is a team that plays with a lot of spirit. They're very motivated. And if you look at their games, they don't look that tactical. You only see players that have so much heart and desire to win. I think that's the only reason they might win the league. I'm not even giving them a chance, though, because I feel like it's going to be, as absurd as this might sound, it's going to be a season unimaginable like last season. Liverpool might go all the way without getting beaten, but still lose on the title, like it happened last season. People never saw it, Liverpool losing only one game, but still don't get the league.
So, Job, you're not giving them a chance of winning the league this year. Let me just give you some stats. Liverpool unbeaten in 7 when they conceded the first goal. They've gone on to win 6 of those games. Mane's already got more assists than he got all last season. In 36 games, he only got 1 last year. He's got 2, plus all the goals that he's scored. At the moment, they look absolutely unbeaten, even when they were goal down. Job, how can you not even give them a chance of winning the league? They're looking more dangerous than ever.
Leroy, first of all, I'm just going to share with you the small experience that I have as a coach in lower leagues here in South Africa. Liverpool doesn't have the squad depth or the squad depth that Man City has. They are going to tire as the season goes on. They're already looking like they are worn down already. If one of them, Van Dijk or Salah or Mane, gets injured, Liverpool won't hold up. Whereas City...
Joe, can I just jump in there? Because Joe, let me just jump in there, because if Alisson were to get injured, that would be a big miss. If Matip were to be injured, that would be a big miss. Salah's already been injured and missed some games so far this season. And as Leroy just said, they seem to be coping.
JJ, I'm sorry to disturb you there. If Van Dijk and Firmino, which I would say that would be equivalent to Laporte and De Bruyne and Leroy Sané. If Liverpool lose those kind of players, I'm telling you, they're not gonna make it.
Okay, I mean, Leroy, I'm just going to put it to you. If Liverpool are tiring, how are they managing to score so many late goals? That says to me they're actually quite fit, physically and mentally.
Look, you're absolutely right. And, you know, Joe, he makes a good argument because that's been my one, because Mane was outstanding. And he was outstanding in the Africa Cup of Nations as well. He's come into this season and they're going to need to rest him. Now, it's down to Jurgen Klopp now to rotate those players. I'm not sure about the lack of squad depth. I'm thinking off the top of my head, Keita, you know, Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain hasn't played a part. Lovren's coming in, done well.
Origi seems like he's a man for the big occasion.
6 or 7 players there, you know, but, you know...
Adrian?
Absolutely. They've coped with the injuries that they've had. For Man City, they've had them all in one go, so it's been more difficult. But, you know, 6 points, could be 9 at the end of this weekend. It could be 9. We said that last season, though, as well, didn't we?
No way.
Man City,
no
come back.
No.
Sorry, Joe, thanks very much for calling us on Fan Zone today. Good luck on Sunday. Let's hear from Addy in Nigeria now, who's a Liverpool fan. Addy, Joe says Liverpool have no chance of winning the league. From the western side of Africa to the south side of Africa, have you got a message for Joe?
I want to share with the sentiment. He's trying to talk about the depth of the Liverpool team, which is in a concern for even me as a person. However, like we all see from the beginning of the first week to 10 weeks, we've been grinding out winning, which is something good. I would say that's has to do with the mentality in the team right now. We are currently the European champions. It's a good thing. But that's the difference between this season and last season. I would still say the Liverpool team from last season is a lot better than the Liverpool team from this season. But there is a different mentality that is helping them to win every team week in, week out. So
Thank you very much, Joe. Let's hear from Jason in Texas. Jason, seems to be a lot of emphasis so far on the mentality of Liverpool. Let's not forget 11 games played, 10 wins, 1 draw. Is it all about the mindset that Jurgen Klopp has instilled in his charges?
I think it's definitely about the mindset. I do disagree with a couple of things being said, obviously. I think this is a tremendous season. And in August, we spoke about who was the strongest squad in totality versus City and Liverpool. And I've changed my mind. It is completely Liverpool, because you don't replace Salah. Yes, you don't replace Van Dijk, and you don't replace Mane, but you replace them with Lallana and Oxlade-Chamberlain, and the opposite team has to completely change the style that they are going to defend against Liverpool. I think we've just upped the notch, and the point that we're scoring on 94 and 95 minutes just shows you that we're ready for being the champions this year.
Jason, I've got some social here. Will in Zambia says it was a great comeback, which shows our fighting spirit and mentality and never give up attitude. Villa did put up a good shift, though. Narain, who's from Bangladesh, says the team made us all very nervous, but it was good that we pulled through. And just finally, Amar's got this question. He says, really want to know your opinion on Naby Keita's situation. Should he be given more playing time by Jurgen Klopp? I've got a question for you, though, as well. When Liverpool lose, you're going to cut that beard, Jason? I just wondered.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'll keep it as champion style. I'll just have to get a bigger camera.
Absolutely. And what do you think about Naby Keita? Do you think he's going to get more playing time?
I think he'll get more playing time, but you don't. With Klopp, rotation is key, and you have to rest people, but you don't change something that's winning. And you're going to tell me Mane wants to be taken off at 95 minutes? He doesn't want to be taken off. He's willing to put every single last breath in. So Keita will have to work even harder to get a first-team spot. I mean, now that Oxlade-Chamberlain's coming up, but he's going to have to work hard. It is there, but he's going to have to prove himself. So who's he going to take out?
Yeah,
Jason, thanks very much for the call. Leroy, what I've noticed the way that Jurgen Klopp's using Naby Keita later on in the game, if they're chasing it, they need a goal. Or if the game's opening up a little bit, he can come in and get on the ball and influence it with his technical.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And he hasn't used them a lot, JJ. I mean, it's interesting that, you know, Fabinho was rested, Henderson went into that holding midfield position, and Adam Lallana was the next one in line. You know, so that says a lot about where Naby Keita is in the pecking order. I do think one of those outside
He's just come back from injury.
Absolutely. It's one of those outside two midfield positions. Wijnaldum's doing brilliantly. I know people had their doubts about Jordan Henderson, but I think he's done great. He's been really consistent. But if one of those are missing, that's when Keita could get his chance.
I'm going to get a quick fan question from Steve.
Okay.
I want you to think about this. What should be Liverpool's starting midfield against Manchester City, all things considered, on Sunday. We're going to get a fan question first, though, from Steve in Thailand.
Hey, JJ and Leroy. Steve here from Thailand. Liverpool, Man City coming up this weekend. Liverpool's unbeaten record at home stretches back over 2 years. Man City need to ideally get the win. Can you see them doing it at Anfield?
It's the big question.
Yeah, well, I can see them doing it. But look, I can see Liverpool winning this game as well. I mean, they're so tight between these two sides. I just feel that if City do get that first goal, I do think it'd be... I just said, look, Liverpool come back from 7 times they've been behind and come back to win 6 of those games. I feel with Man City, if they get the upper hand, I think they'll control the game and then they'll be able to pick Liverpool off. The first goal's going to be vital. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it's absolutely true. But in answer to your question about who's the best Liverpool midfield, I think it will be Fabinho, Henderson and Ronaldo. But then there's a doubt about Man City's midfield, about who's going to start. No David Silva. And that'll be interesting to see who comes in for David Silva. You know, will he drop Bernardo Silva in there or will Foden play? Yeah. You know, so there's more doubts about City's midfield than Liverpool's.
So many questions and so few answers. Joe in Denver is a Manchester City fan. What would be your starting midfield 3 against Liverpool?
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, I'd put Phil in for Dave. Straight up, that may be controversial. You know, is he ready for it? I think Phil's ready for it. I think when Phil's been put into big games, I think he has shown what he can do. I think the Tottenham game last year when we needed a win, Phil gets that early header and we end up going on to win 1-0. So I've been really, really impressed with the progress that Phil's been making. I would put him next to Kevin and then I would have Ilkay playing the deep line role.
Wow. So no Bernardo, no Rodri.
No, I think Joe's right because I think
I put Bernardo out wide.
No, Joe, I think you're right because Bernardo Silva, I think he's got to play high and wide right for City this weekend because the other replacement for David Silva is Mahrez, you know, and then you put Bernardo Silva, and I think that weakens City. And Foden came and did a great job after the Champions League with Tottenham in the league, and look, he's been waiting a while. What do you like about him, Joe? What do you like about Phil Foden?
I like his energy. I like his creativity. I like his passion. He's incredibly composed on the ball, especially in tight spaces. Again, that's pretty similar to what David Silva brings for you. He is the one thing I think he's got that maybe Silva hasn't always had is he's got that finishing in his locker. Silva sometimes is looking for the extra pass versus pulling the trigger, and I think Phil is never afraid to put a ball on the net.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much for joining us. Just a quick one on Leroy, on Phil Foden. Left-footed as well. At times, if you blink quickly and look at him, you can mistake him for David Silva. Is he the heir elect to that position that David Silva at some point in the next 2 years will leave behind?
He certainly is. Look, he's asking the question, do you think that players like Phil Foden will get a chance at Man City? Sometimes we look like we need to freshen things up, and I think he could provide that. You know what, Michael, I absolutely do believe that. And sometimes you need that local connection. Look at Trent Alexander at Liverpool, local lad. I heard him do an interview. He says he never wants to leave Liverpool Football Club. I think that's the same with Phil Foden. It really does have an attachment with the supporters. And by the way, the other thing is he's good enough. Foden is definitely good enough. People have been raving about him. It's about time he made the mark. And you know what? The best players sometimes make an impact in the big games. And I think he could do that.
Sunday, 4:30, Anfield is the date and time. Ibrahim in Yangon, Myanmar, as a Liverpool fan. Where exactly is Myanmar? I don't think I've ever introduced someone from there before.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Myanmar is very close to Thailand. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been got several questions before, and Myanmar is very close to Thailand, and Myanmar isn't popular like England. So
okay.
Used to it.
Thank you very much. Every day's a school day on Fan Zone.
I knew that already, but you're there, yeah.
Yeah, of course. You know everything.
I do, exactly.
I should have just asked you.
Exactly. Why didn't you?
Well, we're discussing Liverpool's mentality and can they increase that lead at the top of the Premier League to 9 points? What do you think?
I guess, of course. I can see Liverpool scoring another late Anfield winner. Maybe this time Mane winning the penalty. Like Guardiola has been criticized, Mane winning the penalty at the last minute and James Milner netting the goal at the 95.
Stay there, right, because we're going to bring John in to the conversation. He's in Ghana, another Liverpool fan. John, Ibrahim saying a late winner for Liverpool on Sunday against Manchester City. What do you think?
Anyway, first of all, hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
We're good.
Okay, well, the late winner, it has been the trend for some time now, so he's right to say it will be a late winner, but I don't see it that way. I think we are going to beat Man City convincingly. Last season, they got the better of us. Even at Anfield, they nearly, apart from aside Mahrez missing the penalty, Man City would have beaten Liverpool at Anfield. But I believe this game, Liverpool is going to beat Man City. Like the first, one of the callers said, you don't change a winning team. So I still mean, even though I have my doubts over Henderson, but I'll still think that Klopp should move with the current winning midfield, Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum, and Henderson. But I believe that Ox and Keita are going to play a very huge role in this game. It's a very big game.
Yeah, I think you're right, John. I think that people might be coming off the bench. I think they will be on the bench. It is about the squad. That's going to be key, John. But I want to give this question to you. In Myanmar, he said, Ibrahim, in Myanmar, he said that from Vincent in South Africa, the squad is very good. We have that elite mentality. I think there is no way back for City already. It is different from last season. So, Ibrahim, what's different from last season?
Yeah, maybe last season we don't have that mentality monster. Like try to close the game in the 90 or 95 minute. Maybe this season we have that mentality X factor than the other teams. And, I'm very, very confident rather than winning it during the closing stage of the game. And I'm very pretty sure that if Liverpool can control the game for 15 to 20 minutes, then maybe surely they will kill the City very early. And, it will be very free scoring Liverpool like you have seen a couple of times during the Klopp era. So I'm very, very eager to watch this. And, it will be two tactical teams who will play very openly. And, it will be very interesting watch to the game as well.
Ibrahim, thanks very much. Final word from you, John. A score prediction, please.
I'll go with 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Thank you very much. Two different games last season against these two teams. The game at the Etihad was one of my games of the season.
It certainly was, but I watched the Anfield game back this morning. In fact, I watched the whole game, and Liverpool started the game brilliantly, and then Man City adjusted tactically and kind of stopped and playing. Obviously, could have won it late on with the penalty. But it was interesting. John said, yeah, we're going to win this game convincingly. Then you ask him what the score is going to be. 2-1. That's not convincing.
Oh, it might be 2-1 going on 5-1. You know those kind of games. We're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll be looking at the chasing pack. It was a great weekend for Wolves, for Chelsea, for Everton, that late equaliser, and for Bournemouth. We'll see you soon.